Welcome back, guys. This is part 3 of our Canvas series. If you haven't watched the previous 2 parts, make sure to check them out. In today's video, we will learn how to load images in Canvas, add strokes, and apply radius, along with a few other things. If you're enjoying this series and finding it helpful, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Before moving forward, if you want the complete source code of any of my YouTube videos or playlists, you can visit my Patreon, where you'll find over 200 commands and complete advanced systems. And if you're looking for pre-built, fully functional Discord bots, you can check out my Patreon shop, where you'll find different types of complete bots ready to use. All right, let's get started. So here is our Visual Studio Code, and now we go to the src/commands/canvas folder inside the test canvas file. If you have watched part 2, you will know what this is. Very nice. If you are understanding the code, that means you are learning. In the previous video, we defined load image, but we didn't use it. However, today we will use it. So first, we will write the code, and then we will understand it properly. I have added some comments to create a box-like structure so that you don't get confused about what we have written in today's code. So let's write the code. Right. So now we have written some code, and there are some things in it that can be written in multiple ways. It depends on you. For example, I have defined a separate variable here, but if you want, you can directly use it in load image. After that, the variables I have defined can also be defined in a different way. So yeah, now let's understand the rest of the code, because it might feel very hard to you right now. So first of all, in this line, we have accessed the user so that we can get their username and avatar. I won't explain this to you because I have already explained it in many videos. Then we defined a new variable and fetched the user's avatar. After that, we defined a variable named avatar and used load image to load an image onto the canvas. Here, we pass the avatar we fetched, but you can also provide an image link if you want. All right. After that, we defined 3 variables: avatarx, avatar-y, and avatar size. Avatar x is the x position of our avatar. Avatar y is the y position of our avatar. Avatar size is the size of our avatar. You can manage these as per your requirement, depending on where you want the image to be placed on the canvas. All right, now, for this part of the code, you will need to pay close attention to understand it properly. So now let's understand what ctx.save does. ctx.save is the current state of the canvas before making any changes. This means it stores properties like current transformations, scale, rotate, translate, clipping paths, styles like fill color, stroke color, line width, etc. After saving, we can make modifications. And if needed, we can restore the original state using ctx.restore. As you can see, after doing our work, we restored the previous state. Why did we use ctx.save? Here, in our code, we are creating a circular clip for the avatar image without ctx.save. The circular clip would affect everything drawn after it. So that's why we first saved everything we had done so far. And now we will create a circular clip so that our avatar image appears inside a circle. Now let's see what ctx.beginPath does. ctx.beginPath starts a new drawing path on the canvas. It resets any previous paths so you don't accidentally modify existing shapes. You use it whenever you want to draw a new shape, like a circle, rectangle, or custom figure. Why do we use it? Imagine the canvas as a whiteboard. If you don't start a new path, anything you draw might get connected to the previous drawing. Using ctx.beginPath, make sure each shape is separate, doesn't interfere with others. So that's why we used beginPath. And now we will proceed with the next steps. So now let's understand ctexarc. So the function ctexarc is used to draw a circle or arc on the canvas, and we define it like the ctexarc, first parameter x, second y, and then radius, then start angle, and then end angle. Now let's see how we used it in our code. So first we used ctexrc, then we provided the x coordinate of the center, then the y coordinate of the center. So in our case, our avatar x is 80 and avatar y is 125. So the circle is centered at 80 and 125. And then we need to provide the radius. So here you can simply give a value like 50, which might be easier for you, but we divided the avatar size by 2. So our avatar size is 100. And when we divide 100 by 2, it equals 50. This means the radius of the circle is 50 pixels. Then we need to give the start angle, and this is where the arc starts. 0 radians means the arc starts at the rightmost point of the circle in degrees 0, and then finally the end angle. So we used math.pi for this, and this is where the arc ends as we multiplied math.pi by 2, which makes 360 degrees, meaning a full circle. And how does 360 degrees form? Because math.pi equals 180 degrees. So math.pi multiplied by 2 equals 360 degrees. If we used just math.pi, it would only draw a half circle. I hope you understood everything clearly so far. So now, CTX close path is very simple. We started with begin path, then we created an arc in which we made a circle, and then we used close path because whatever we draw after this should not be included in this path. So close path ensures the shape is fully enclosed, like completing a circle or any other shape, and it also prepares for a new path, preventing unintended connections with the next drawing. All right, so now CTX clip, this is also very simple. So first we created a circle, and now we need to clip an image inside that circle, right? So for that, we use CTX clip, and now we will use CTX draw image to draw the image on the canvas. So first we use CTX draw image, and then first we provided our avatar variable, which contains our image, and then we did some math, but you don't need to worry about that. In draw image, we also provide some parameters. First is the image, then x, which is the horizontal position where the image starts, then y, which is the vertical position where the image starts, then width, which is the width of the image, and then height, which is the height of the image. So you can also give simple values, but we did some math to position the image correctly. So when we did avatar x minus avatar size divided by 2, this centers the image on the x-axis, and then the same thing we did with avatar, which centers the image on the y-axis. After that, we set the width and height to avatar size, which is 100 pixels. So hope you understood this, but you will need to practice by changing the values and seeing what happens after that. We have completed this. So we used TTX restore to restore everything simple as that. So now if we run this and see just till here, you can ignore the stroke code for now. But if we see only till here, we will get something like this. So as we first created a circle using CTX arc, then we clipped the image, and then we drew it. So, yep, now let's learn how to add a stroke. All right, so now for the stroke, you already know about begin path. So we did that. Then you also know what arc is. So we used it to draw another circle, and then we used CTX dot stroke style to set the stroke color to white, and then we set the stroke width to 5 pixels, and finally, after setting everything, we used CTX dot stroke to apply the stroke, and then simply CTX dot close path. So yeah, that's it for today's video. If you haven't watched the previous videos, then go watch them. And I hope you are enjoying this series, and the link to my Discord server is in the description. So make sure to join it. And today's task for you is, instead of hello from Canvas, you need to display the username just like we displayed the avatar, and the stroke color should be red. And after doing this, share your result in the image section of my Discord server. All right, bye-bye.